so welcome to the 26th episode of our weekly AI and digital marketing demo. And for today, we are going to talk about a very good tool which I always rave about. And the name of the tool is GoHighLevel. And the reason why I want to take the the agent part of this tool is that it's very, very, very powerful. It saves you a lot of money, especially for me. It saved me about $500 to $600, every 3 months. And because of the way I spin up landing pages and websites and what have you. Apart from that, this tool also has other features or other tools, right? And so this is a suite of tools. You have over 30 or 40. I can't even count them because they are always adding new tools to this particular CRM. So anyway, the topic or the title for today's demo is Go High Level AI Studio clones and builds any website in minutes. And this is one of the tools, right, that GoHighLevel just came up with. I think it's about maybe 3, 4, 5 months old now. And what this tool does is that, a lot of people don't have this experience or skills of designing beautiful UIs. That was my problem. And I always had to get somebody just to design the UI for me, either the user interface or the dashboard, whatever you want to call it. That was very, very, you need to be skillful to be able to do this. And people charge anything from $300 to, 1,500, 2,000, depending on what you are looking for to do this for you. And they will take a couple of, days, you back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So when this tool came out, I was very, very excited about it. And today we are going to dig into it and to see how this is going to help you with your business and help you save money. So, yes, thank you. And my name is Eric Baykes, and I'm a digital marketing consultant. I live in the South Florida area, Miami to be precise. And I run a digital marketing agency where I help small businesses with their AI needs and digital marketing um, solutions. So if you happen to be in this area or wherever you are in the world and you have any business problem, uh, AI about marketing, about campaigns, emails, whatever you need to run your business, you know who to talk to. So without wasting any time, let's get into the show right away. So most businesses, this is what is happening right now, right? If you are a business owner and you need a website, a beautiful website, and also a couple of other tools that you need to run your business, we are talking about maybe 1,500, just for all the different tools that you have. Now, it's going to be different for every business, right? But it could start from as low as 300 all the way to the top of maybe 2,000, depending on what you are doing. If you grow bigger, then more expenditure. And this is happening right now as we speak. So most businesses, to get a web designer to build a very powerful website for you, we are not talking about landing pages or funnels, but we are talking about a beautiful website about your business. That is going to cost you anything from 1,500 to 5,000 one-time fee. The hosting fee, right? The hosting, the domain, there's a domain and there's hosting. Hosting is where your domain sits. That is how you get connected to the internet, right? So when you have a domain, let's say www.example.com, that is just the domain. But in order for it to be alive, for it to be live for people to access the website, then you have to have a hosting service. And that is what is between $20 to $50 a month, just for a month. And also you need a CRM tool to help you manage your business. CRM means customer relationship management software. And that is what we are going to talk about today. You also have to email people. and that is going to cost you anything from $50 to $299, every month, depending on how many people you email every month. A booking tool like a calendar, you need that is between $15 to $29. A funnel builder. What is a funnel? A funnel is a marketing system which is made up of a website or a landing page with a calendar, a form, and quizzes and all that kind of stuff, right? This helps you to have a campaign that takes your leads or your customers from one step to the other, so you can automate the whole process. That is a funnel builder. You use that funnel to get a lot of people into your ecosystem, and then you kind of filter and then put them in the right um, where they have to be in the process, in the buying process. And that helps you to get a better eye view of your customers or your leads. Now, talking about forms, form builder also is between $25 to $50 every month. What is a form? A form is just a simple, elements that you put your name, phone number, email address, what have you. So this a form is used to collect information from your leads or your customers. And SMS tool, I can go on and list so many tools, right? It's between 25 to 99. There's, I think if I'm not mistaken, there is a statistic that states that there's about 95% chances of people reaching people with your messaging than with email. And that was like around 94, 95%. And I stand to be corrected, but that is not the point. The point here is that SMS is a very powerful tool right now to get in front of your customers, because everybody is on their phone these days. You send them an email and they don't get it, guess what? Text message is going to pop up on their phone and they're going to check it. So SMS marketing is huge these days. If you're a business owner and you are not taking advantage of SMS marketing and WhatsApp marketing, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. So all these tools that I've talked about, are tools that can be found in GoHighLevel for just one price. And this is just a tip of the iceberg as far as tools are concerned, right? Also, here, the better question now is that every month, every business owner pays for 8+ separate tools, and they don't talk to each other. They are all in different ecosystems, different software. So you have to log in into this software, that software, you forget about password, managing. And some of these tools will not allow you to have your employees in there. If you want extra seats, you have to pay more. It's not like that with GoHighLevel, and you are going to find out why. So it's always you paying more, connecting, adding more tools, which don't communicate with each other, and that it's a lot of headache, even if they don't cost anything, right? Remembering password, trying to add team members and all that is crazy. So this platform that we are going to discuss today, and I know some of you are aware of this tool, some of you have started using this tool, and thank you very much for using my affiliate link. It helps to support the channel, and also it helps you to save money as well, and that is the most important thing. That is what I want for my clients and all my leads. So there's up to about $978 a month, just in tools, plus a one-time fee of up to about $5,000 to design a website. And the reason why I brought this is because today we are talking about websites, right? We are talking about designing websites and landing pages. And so with this one platform, I added, I said it's 15+ tools, but there's more. I only listed what can be done with what we are going to do today. So you have an AI website builder and a funnel builder, which is what we are going to demo today. There's a CRM and contact management as well, sales pipeline, which kind of puts your leads or your customers in different buckets depending on where they are in the process. Email marketing, you want to be doing email marketing. Um, sending emails to your customers, newsletters, educating them and giving them value, SMS marketing. Guys, this is so valuable. Do not leave this on the table. That is a lot of money if you are not implementing this. You have calendar and appointment booking, lead capture forms, workflows and automations, social media planner, reputation and review management. Guys, this is so huge. If every business thrives on reviews and reputation, so you need to have this under wraps as well. If you're not doing this, how are people going to know about the services that people are getting from you, right? So you want your happy customers to be putting good words about you online so that it will help other people to come and experience your service. Contracts and documents. You send contract to people. If you're using DocuSign, you can get this in GoHighLevel for free. Invoices and payment collection, right? A lot of people use QuickBooks. You can integrate that with it if that's the path that you want to go. But you have a built-in one with GoHighLevel. Courses and membership like school and other platforms where you have people joining, online groups where they have classes and all that kind of stuff. You can build your courses. If you are a coach and you have courses, online programs, you can build them here. If you want to build a community, you can build it here in Go High Level. Conversation and inbox manager. You can go to the conversation board and see all the people texting you, emailing you, and everything, like from the bird's eye view. And reporting and analytics. Guys, I can go on just talking about the features of Go High Level for about 5 hours without stopping to drink water. So that is what you need to know. These are the top 15 tools that I can just remember on top of my head, but there are more of these tools in there. And the tool that I'm talking about, I'm raving about is Go High Level. And if you've been in this class before, you will know that this is what I use. And also I've been using this since 2017 and I love it. It saves me a lot of money. It depends on what I'm doing at a particular uh, period, but it ranges between 500 to 1,500 every month just in tools, just money that I'm saving from different tools. And also the beautiful part of this whole thing is that they are all connected and they communicate with each other. And so with Go High Level Studio, which is another tool within Go High Level, which was released not too long ago, it's so powerful because a lot of you know about Lovable or Replit when it comes to vibe coding. And what is vibe coding? Vibe coding is you saying something using natural language in your own language. It could be Arabic, it could be English, it could be German, whatever your language is, you speak that language and it picks up and it builds it for you. And the code, everything works behind the scenes. So that is vibe coding. And I paid about $300 for my Lovable account. I still have some websites in there, but I'm not gonna renew within the next 2 months because this just came out and I don't have to pay for anything apart from the AI credits that I'm going to pay when I use. But it comes with some credit. So you don't need to build websites every day, right? If you just have to update, then you update. So Go High Level AI Studio is so powerful, saving me a lot of money right now. I'm able and comfortable to spin up landing pages, build new subdomain websites like crazy because I don't have to think about it. I'm not paying extra for anything, right? So you describe it, you copy a prompt from, let's say, your favorite AI tool, get some prompt and you pop it in there. Or you can see, if you see a website that you really love, you can copy the URL and then ask it to just mimic the same thing, right? It's not going to copy the code, but it's going to look at the look and feel, the theme, and build exactly the same thing for you, or maybe 95% close to that. And you can just use, you can communicate with it, have a conversation with it, back and forth to really get things the way you want. So the AI built it, and GoHighLevel generates the full layout. It copies the images, page structure, and everything automatically. All that you need to do after that is to just connect your domain, and use it. Or you can just use it as is using GoHighLevel's link, but that wouldn't be professional, and that wouldn't also give you enough credibility. So you want to use your own business domain. And some of the key features is that you can clone any website, you can build from any prompt, you can have multi-page projects. So it's not just landing pages, but you can have a complex website, just like any website you see out there. It's mobile and desktop compatible, so you can private. You can add so many subdomains as you want. So if your main domain, the root domain is Eric, let's say www.eric.com, the subdomain will be something like www. Baykes.eric.com. So you can add so many subdomains for one particular domain without paying extra. And we're going to do that. You can connect with all your Go High Level native tools, and you don't need to know how to code. You just need to understand how this tool works. And you vibe code using natural language, as I said, and you have access to unlimited landing pages, and it's all part of your Go High Level tool. You just get a minimum AI credits that you use for every month, and I've never gone over it, even though I built a lot of landing pages and website. I still haven't gone over that. So that is a great thing. And this is why, AI Studio beats every other website builder for business owners. And here, you can build from a prompt, which is common to all of them, like Wix AI, Lovable, and there's another one which I didn't bring, Replit. They are all the same. When it comes to clone any website, as of the time I was putting these documents together, they didn't have any cloning feature. They don't have a native CRM connected or integrated, right? They don't have a native calendar and all those kind of things. All these are extra tools that you have to pay for. Even if they have it, it's like a feature or an add-on that you have to pay for it, right? Also, when it comes to hosting, it's the same thing. They don't have, you have to pay for the hosting. When I used to do lead generation for different companies, I had so many Wix website, and each of this website I was paying about between $20 to $37, I think, and I had about 10 of them. So how much was I paying? In a month? That was like $350, right? It's not cheap. And now, if I were doing the same thing I was doing like 4 years ago, I don't have to think about paying $350 just for 10 different websites. It's just one simple monthly fee. So this is a no-brainer. You cannot go wrong with it. Most of these tools start from $17 a month, and it goes up because the basic one wouldn't do anything for you. When it comes to Lovable, it's about 25. Yeah, I paid about $300 for my subscription for the whole year. When it comes to Go High Level, it's $97 for everything that we've talked about, plus other tools that we haven't even mentioned. Other tools build website. Go High Level builds your entire business. So Go High Level is the tool that you need. About 95% of the tools that you need to run your business, you will find all those tools in Go High Level. So for today, as usual, we love doing live demos. That is the whole point of this session. We try to get our hands dirty. So this is what we are going to learn today. Um, this is real. You are watching this live. It's not edited. So step one, we are going to clone an existing website, and we are going to find a website together on Google, and we are just going to paste the URL of the website and rebuild it with GoHighLevel, the AI Studio instantly. And then step two, we are going to build another one with a prompt. We will describe we would describe the website in plain English and watch it generate live before your eyes, right? And then the third step is we're going to connect it to a booking calendar so that, people can book appointments, people can schedule a call with you, something like that. And then we are also going to connect a lead capture form. So somebody can, you can ask for people's email address or phone number, and their name or whatever information that you need to help them. And then step five, we can build two more pages, because a lot of people have been seeing that a lot of people think that, oh, you can just use the AI Studio just to build landing pages or funnels, right? But you can use it to build complex websites like e-com websites, like, it has features of Kajabi, like Shopify and all that kind of stuff. This is a powerful tool. And so we are going to add two more pages. People think that, oh, once you build it, what else do you need? I will show you how to add one or two pages, and you can continue to add more pages to it. And then we are going to connect it to a domain or a subdomain, and then let it go live. So this is what we are going to do today. And let's see. And when it comes to, the pricing, all this for lead generation, you have all this here for engagement and automation, for revenue and growth. You have all these tools, which is going to make your business so powerful, right? You need all these tools to run an efficient business. And this is like everything. You get it for $97. You don't have to pay for all these extra tools. You get everything, including the AI Studio that we are going to demo today. So let's go here. So on the top level, just to let you understand what is going on and why this demo is so important, is that with GoHighLevel, right, you don't have any hosting bill ever, because it's all part of the $97 that you pay every month. So this is what you get just with the website, right? Hosted on GoHighLevel server. So every website you build, it lives inside GoHighLevel server. So you are not paying for the hosting that you pay on GoDaddy or Namecheap or any of this server farms out there, right? You are not paying for this hosting. You can add free subdomains. So if your domain provider is GoDaddy, or it's a Namecheap, you just connect your domain to the hosting at the back end of GoHighLevel, and that's it. You can create as many subdomains as you want. You create it in GoHighLevel. All that you need to do is go back to your domain provider and add those the IP address and all those information for them to be integrated, and that's it. So, you can connect a custom domain, as many website as you want, right? You are not restricted to just having one website, but you can have so many different websites and unlimited landing pages, as I said before. So this is how it looks like, right? GoHighLevel is your central account, and it has all this suite of different tools, and your main business website is here. Let's say you have landing page to promote service A, you have landing page 2 to promote service B. You can have up to 10 different offers, right? You have a thank you page, you have an offer page. You can have so many multiple pages, and all this are integrated with your CRM. So yes, before we go to demo, this is what I want you to know. If you are thinking, oh yeah, this is something that I need, for my business, then we have the link here to give you an opportunity to test Go High Level for 14 days. This is going to be super. You can always join us, and you can always shoot me a message if you are trying to work on Go High Level and you have issues. I'll be happy to help you. So Sandrine will drop the link in the chat for you to grab it and test it for 14 days. You have 14 days to test drive this without paying for it. And if it's something that is going to work for you, then great, you can go ahead and sign for it. And there's a little disclaimer here. I get a little commission from Go High Level once you sign up. It doesn't increase or decrease the price of your Go High Level. I just get commission, referral commission. So yeah, if you want to purchase Go High Level, I'll be grateful if you use my affiliate link, and thank you in advance. And also, if you're a business owner and you think that, oh, I love this and I want all these things I'm hearing, and you don't have the time to build this because you are busy running the business, then we'll be happy to help you. I run a digital marketing agency in South Florida, and the name is Baykes Cloud Consultant, and I'll be happy to help you with your AI and digital marketing solutions. I help small businesses, with all their AI agents and digital marketing campaigns, email campaigns, video editing, and what have you. And I will be happy to talk to you. And you can always book 30 minutes on my calendar for consultation. I would love to hear from you. So, Sandrine just dropped the link my calendar in the chat, and you can just save it somewhere anytime you need any you have questions and you want to talk to me. I'll be happy to do that with you. And once again, if this is giving you some value, I want to know how you are going to use this when you're going to do this. But if you have a Go High Level account already, then please jump into your account and let's do this together. The prompt, I have some saved prompts here. I can drop them in the chat and then you can use them, or just look at what I'm doing and then apply that to your niche or your business, and it's going to be wonderful. So this is where we are going to get our hands dirty. And as usual, this is not just like every other YouTube video that you see, right? That is why this is more like a classroom settings where we take our time to go through the theory and explain to you why certain things are done. People just come to YouTube and talk about so many things without really explaining what goes behind the scenes, right? So people are just like robots. When they get stuck, then they are stuck. But the reason why I go through this format, this weekly demo, is to take you from the beginning, right, from the start all the way to the end, so that you understand the reason why we do certain things. And once when you face a problem along the way, because you understand it, you will be able to solve the problem because you understand it on a bigger picture. So let's get in. I'm excited about this demo. Let's get in right away and let's see what we have. So I'm going to go straight into my Go High Level account. And this is the dashboard of Go High Level. Everything that you see on the left, it's different tools that you can use, right? We have conversations, we have calendars, we have contacts, opportunities, payment, and within all these tools, there are sub tools within these tools. So let's say, for instance, if I go into payments, it's not just payments, right? But you have other tools in there, invoice and estimates, right? You have documents and contracts. You have orders, how to create orders. You have how to create subscriptions, payments links, products, creating coupons, gift cards. Guys, these are all tools that you have to buy if you are using some CRMs. I've purchased coupons and gift cards, tools, or widgets, right? That helps you to run your business, and you have all these tools in here. So we have our AI studio, which I talked about, is still in the beta stages. We have AI agents, which I've demoed before. It's all about different AI agents, conversational AI, review agents, and what have you. We are going to have do another video, a brand new video about this. But every tool that you see over here, it's part of your subscriptions. It's all included. And even if you go into the settings, there are more tools. There are even more tools that you can work with, right? So let's go straight into our AI studio. This is where we want to be. This is the vibe coding part that you want to be. So here, let me take you a tour to the dashboard. This is where you put your prompt and you have all your projects. This project refers to any website or landing page that you built. And recently viewed is here, my project. So when you come here, you have all your projects that you built, your favorites, you know. And then one thing I love about this is the templates that you can use, right? Templates that you can use. Like if you want to build a landing page, you can do that here. Dashboard, if you want to build an interactive dashboard about some reports, whatever you have, you can use this template. E-commerce people, those of you who sell on Shopify, on other platform, Kajabi, whatever, this is something that you can build. You can build your storefront and add your products and this, and you can connect everything else at the back end. You know, you saw the payment tab where you have all these tools where you create your products and all that kind of stuff. Guys, you cannot beat this. You can never get all these tools under one umbrella in any tool. At least for me, I've tried and tested. Nobody comes close to GoHighLevel. The portfolio, if you want to start a blog, this is how you do it. Tax, you know, to do tax manager. There's so much restaurant food ordering, fitness tracker. There's so much you can, so many templates that you can, and I'm pretty sure they are going to add more and more as people continue to ask them for more, because this is still in the beta stages. So first of all, let's make this thing so simple. I told you that we're going to build two different websites. One of them, we are just going to build it with a link. And then the second one, we are going to build it with a prompt. So with the link, let's go to Google and say, give looking, let's say, what do we have to do? Let me know, guys, in the chat if you can give me an idea of a company that you are looking, you want us to build. You can drop it in the chat. And then I can just, you know, search for that kind of service in my area. We pick a website and then we clone the URL. Let's do this quickly. Drop something in the chat if you want me to build that, because like I said, this is live. This is where we do things. This is unfiltered and it's not edited. So this is raw cut. And guys, if this is making some sense to you and you are loving this, please give me some ones in the chat. Let me know how I'm doing and how you are going to use this. Let me know how you are going to apply this. If you are building alongside with me, let me know in the chat how things are going. But anyway, since I haven't heard anything from the chat, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to say dentist near me, right? Let me go to Google. I prefer Google search engine. Google search engine. Okay, so I go to Google and I will say cleaning services around me. Thank you, Sandrine. Cleaning services near me. So let me see. So I will just pick one cleaning service and then we will pick up the so let's see. I've seen some ones here, which means they are doing very well on the search engines. They have very good rankings. That is why they are showing up. But these ones are all sponsored, so they are ads, right? But let's see. Let's pick any of them because we are not trying to do anything. We just want to clone this website. So this one, let's see. I hope it doesn't take so long because of the fact that it's yeah, it has so many um, videos and this takes time. So let's see. I want to see how this is going to be. So yeah, let me go here and copy this. I don't want to copy the whole thing. So let me drop this in here real quick please clone this website. Please clone this website. And then all that I need to do is to just, yeah, and then that's it. So boom, right? Now it's going to start. I started this with a link, a random website we just saw on Google, and we just trying to see how it looks like. Let's see how things go. It's going to take some time, right? As it's going through this whole process, you see on the left-hand side how things are being built. So here it shows you a preview of what is going on and all that kind of stuff. Let's go here. So this is your preview. You see everything that is being built. And let's say, if you have some questions to ask the AI agent, or you want to do some changes or revert some changes, you can always have a conversation with this AI here. This is your history. So you can go into your history and see all the versions that you built. And you can, if you made a mistake or your next prompt wasn't good enough, you can always come back and revert the changes, so you can go back to the previous version. So you are always safe with this. And here is the toggle bar sidebar. If you want to have a full screen, this is how you have it, or you can toggle it. And then you can see things on the left hand side, which is your conversation chat window. And then once a website is ready, you can always come here and preview. Now, as this is going on, yes, as you can see, it has started, right? It's going through all the steps, and it says, since the original site couldn't be fully fetched, how would you like the new design look? Okay, modern and crisp, friendly and approachable, premium and luxury. Let's see. Let's do premium and luxury, right? We want to, and then I'll just submit. You have to keep your eye on here, because sometimes it will ask you a question when it's not too sure. It's going to ask you questions. So you want to keep your eye on it, so that you'll be able to answer the question just in case something comes up. But this is going to take you from 0 to 100 within a few minutes, right? This designing a website like this is probably going to take you a whole week, but you can do this within 10-15 minutes. Now I open another browser so that we can start another website with a prompt. So this one, I have a prompt that I'm going to use, and let me find that prompt, and let's see everything. Okay. So we have done that. And then the second one is going to be this prompt. All right. So here I prepare this, and just to go back to this, and this is something important I want you to know. When you are cloning a website, it's not sitting on that website cloning the code behind it. GoHighLevel Pro is going to create a new project and just look at the elements like the theme, the fonts, the structure, the layout, and all those things, right? That is what it's copying. It's not copying the code behind those websites. So don't worry about copying URLs. If you see a website that you like, that's what we all do, right? When you go to a web designer and you ask them to build you a website, the first thing they ask you is, do you have samples of websites for us to emulate? There's nothing wrong with it. You can legally clone any website that you want. So let me drop in my prompt here right away. So here, what I'm saying is, let me blow this up for you a little bit so you can see. So here, what I'm saying is that, build a professional services website for an AI consulting business. Include a hero section with a headline and a call to action button, an about section, and a service section with 3 service cards, a testimonial section, and a contact section. So this is everything that I want on the website, and yours might be different. If you are not too sure, just have a chat with your AI, favorite AI, and tell it what you want to build. Maybe I want to build cleaning service, for company. My company, the name of my company is this, blah, 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 blah. And then this is what I want. I want to be able to do this and that. And this is your AI is going to write a powerful prompt for you, making sure that the prompt has all the things that it needs. And then boom, you just drop it here, just like this one, and hit enter. So now we are building this one as well. So we are building a professional service website for an AI consulting service. Now let's come here and see what is going on with this. So it looks as if that this is built. It looks like it has a message for us. So it says what? I've built a premium luxury style clone of the cleaning authorities in North Miami. It is a custom high resolution imagery and complete landing page structure, including the services detail structure, blah, blah. Okay, now let's see what is happening here. Now, if we want to see how this looks like, we can preview it. You always want a preview. Even though this is the preview, you want the full preview, right? So either this or this, right? This will open a new tab for you. This is the default preview page, but you can always open it here, and this is it. So this is what it gave us. Now, this is not 100%, it doesn't look 100% like what we had, but we can always go back. If you remember, it asked me some questions about what I wanted to use this for, right? And I said I wanted a professional look and feel. So it's probably the reason why it's giving me this. But the layout, I can say that, okay, this is too dark. So this is too dark. This is too dark. The images cannot be seen. Make it lighter and let it pop, right? So let's see if this is going to change anything. Because this is too dark, the color theme, I can say maybe make it green, make it blue, whatever. But let's see how this is going. And this is the original website, right? This is the original website. So I can say that go back to the follow the exact website layout. So probably let me just do that right now. So for now, it is considering the user's experience. Let's allow it to finish this, and then we will give it another prompt. Here we are still. So it says, well, which color palette do you best fits your AI? So I'm just going to pick any color palette. I'm going to pick this one, and then I will say go ahead. It's asking me more questions because this is like brand new. It doesn't have any reference, so it's kind of giving me all the necessary, asking me all the necessary questions it needs. So like here, it's asking for the pairing of suits, brand, voice, all those kind of stuff. I will pick this one. Let's say this. And then what layout style would you prefer? I will prefer this one here, simple and nice. And then it says, what's the primary focus of your AI consulting services? Process automation, predictive analysis, AI strategy. And okay, so I will pick this one, or I can write my own, but I will just pick this one and then let it go on. And then I will submit. Once I submit, this is going to go on. Let's see what is happening with this guy right now. So now it's made it lighter, right? So you can see it's looking better. So let's pick it up here. And like I said, I could have just asked it to go straight, strictly to what I gave it, right? But just for this training, we've cloned the website. It's using the layout, but it was asking us some questions to make us customize it. Obviously, when you are copying somebody's website, you're not going to make it look exactly the same as theirs, right? You are using that as an inspiration to build upon it. Instead of starting from 0, you are starting from 90. That's the thing, right? But here we started everything from 0, from ground zero, and we're building all the way up. Here we started from like 90 and we are taking it 100, right? So here, if I want to make changes, it's all about going back to the conversation window and have but you can see here, I can make tweaks, I can add links, I can say, okay, get estimates, this is not connected to anything. So these are the things that you need to know. These are the back end stuff. This is where you connect your forms, your calendar, and all those things, right? And if this was in a different tool, then you'll be doing this and maybe getting your forms in GoHighLevel and copying the code to that particular tool, or vice versa. You want to have everything in GoHighLevel so that everything works smoothly for you, and it just makes sense, and it also saves you a lot of time and money. So this, we can still ask it to do something else. So let's say, please give me the look and feel exactly as the link shared earlier. So I want us to see if it's going to do that for us. So now let's go to the ground zero one. I was thinking that this could be finished. This could finish quickly so that we can add one or two things I wanted to show you on a website, like, excuse me, like adding extra pages and adding a calendar and all those things. Let's see if this is not able to do it. We are going to use the link that we copied website to do that. So let's see this again. So it's working now. It's still not ready. Let's see if this is ready. So here it's telling me that everything is all built and done. So connect an external form will be created in a sub account. Contact and external form submissions. Okay, so now it's asking me to add a contact form, right? And I'm going to show you how this is going to be so easy, right? Built a complete responsive professional services website for an AI business consulting business using the Neon Mint design system. It includes animated hero, about us, services, testimonials, and okay. So here it says I should connect something, and let's see what it's going to connect. I'm not sure. It needs to ask me what kind of forms that I want to connect, unless of course it's building one in the back end for itself. But no, I will usually create this under forms in GoHighLevel, and then I will give it that form for it to connect to. So let's see what it's going to do, and let's see here. So whilst this is building, I'm going to use the two things that I wanted to build, right? So this is still working. It looks as if it's still trying to get the exact um, look and feel of that website. So let's see here. Okay, so here we have our website. It's all done. I've successfully connected your contact form to tracking. Okay, all right. Form tracking skills. The form will now capture submissions and send them to your CRM with your provided tracking and location IDs, mapping all of them in one place. So this has even done more than what I expected it to do. So let's open this right now here. And based on the color theme I gave it, look at the website that we have. Website is like ready to go, right? Navigate the AI revolution with confidence. We empower executives, blah blah blah. So now I ask for a calendar, right? So book a strategy session. This is where you do that. So let's go. It gave me a nice hero. Section, and then it added some kind of stuff, and all this I can edit them if I don't like the wording, right? If I want it to sound like me, I can generate more text, and I can say that, okay, in this trusted by visionaries, the points over there, I want you to change them, and even change this. These are the testimonials, and I advise that you don't use fake ones, but it's giving me the placeholder. So all that I need to do, I have to go to my reviews pages, my Google my business profile, grab one of the reviews with the name and everything, and then I'll ask the AI conversation AI to replace that. So you can do all these changes here. There is a form that has been connected, and this form, it says what? I can put in my information, Eric, and then I would say, let's see, yeah, Eric Doe, John at company.com. Okay, I will just use ABC company, and then, doing demo. So this is already, this website is ready, right? So I'm going to just drop in the comments, the form. This is the form, and then request. Okay, so yeah, Baykes 75 at yahoo.com. All right, so let's see what's gonna happen. We send this request. Right now, we'll be in touch with you shortly to schedule. So this is going to become like, it's going to go into my CRM. I don't think for today's demo that is our focus, but I just want you to understand that the form was created, and this is going to go into my Go High Level. I also asked for about us, about services, and then contact us. So if I go to about us, it talks about us, right? And I can still make changes. Services, these are the services that we provide: executive advising, AI readiness assessment, hands-on workshop. You can change this to your services. You get the whole point. Now, let's say we want to book an appointment or book a strategy session. Then we go here, and then it probably not connected to the calendar. So that I was expecting this. So I have so many calendars, so it's not sure which one, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Explore our services page is also not ready. So this is what I'm going to do. Before I grab the calendar, I can say that the explore our services calendar, section doesn't have any page, or the link doesn't work. And once you build this website, what you want to do is that everywhere you have a link, you want to click on it to make sure that it got it right, because it's AI is still learning and it makes mistakes as well. So you want to make sure that you are checking everything. You don't put any blame on the AI. Everything is going to be on you. So here I can say that explore our services page is not active. So all that I need to do here is to come here, explore our services uh, tab or button is not working or leading to any page. So please fix this. So let's do that, and we are done. Now let me go and look for my um, calendar. Okay, here is too light, so it's hard to even see anything, but Okay, so the background is too white, nothing can be seen. Let's play with this. Background is too white. No images can be seen on the hero section and doesn't look like the previous the doesn't look like the original copied link. So now let me go back to GoHighLevel again and let's see if I can grab let me grab my calendar. So let me do this, and then what I'm gonna do is to go back and then get out of here, go to my calendars, go to calendar settings. I have a couple of calendars, so I'm just gonna pick one of them, the one that I want to use, and then exit. And this is what I was telling you guys. Excuse me. Calendly will give you only one calendar for like $30, 15, excuse me, 15 to $20 a month, right? With GoHighLevel, I can have so many calendars without any limit. And all these calendars are used for different stuff. So let me just pick one of the calendars. I will pick this one, and then I will say copy, and then I will bring it here. Um, it's done that. I've updated the button hero session, so we will check that in a second. And let me close this preview since we are going to open another one. This is this is the calendar link. Please use it. So now I'm adding the calendar. So the preview that we had before, the calendar wasn't working, and also the explore our services button wasn't working. So we want to make sure that we are connected to it. And let's see what it's going to do. Let's go back to our previous website with the link. Now this looks a little bit closer, not really close. So it's not 100% right, right? Maybe I can go back and start all over again and say that, hey, give me, this is not exactly what I'm looking for. Give me what I really want. But like I said, look, let's look at how it looks like in the bottom. Um, it probably was able to copy the footer, right? Let's compare the footers, right? Look at the footer here and look at this footer. It's almost the same, right? It's almost the same using different information. But like I said, you always want a start. And this, if you try it first time and it doesn't work, you can undo everything or delete this and start all over again with the same link, and it's probably going to get it right. So if it doesn't work the first time, don't worry about it. Give it another try and it's going to work. That's how it is. AI, you have to play with it, massage it, tweak it here and there to get it right. Okay, so now we have this. Let's make sure that these two components work. So book a strategy session, boom, it takes me straight to a calendar. And now I have a calendar here that people can book, right? Available slot is not here. It means that I don't have any opportunities, right? I don't have any openings here, but you get a point. Now you have access to the calendar. So this calendar, it's not available yet. That is why, you cannot see it. I was just using it as an example, but you can see that it opens the calendar page for you. So that is working fine. And also explore our services. Let's see if that is working. It brings us to this page, even though it didn't create a new page, right? So let's say we want to create a new page. We want to add a new page. Now we have, what do we have? We have about three extra pages. So we have this home page, and then we have about services, and then we have contact. Let's say add another page for, let's say, trainings with placeholders, placeholders for 10 videos, right? I want to create another page where we'll have trainings, with placeholders where we can upload our videos later. So we want to add another page just to show you that you can add pages and even connect this to a subdomain or a domain. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm not going to connect a domain in real time, but I'm going to show you how to do that, and the rest is just going to be easy. Just copy and paste and you'll be done. So it's working on that. Let's see what it's doing with this page. Here, we are not going to do much here. You see how to clone a website, how it works, right? We have a cleaning website. We can change anything that we want from here if we don't like it. We have our services pages, we have reviews. Reviews is not working. Like I said, you always want to test everything to make sure. So yeah, review pages, you want to connect your reviews, right? Get an estimate, make sure that it's connected to a form. Here is the form, right? You make sure that these two are connected together. If not, make sure they are connected. How it works, learn more. All these links have to open. If it's not opening, all that you need to do, you come, hey, apartment cleaning, learn more button, it's not working or it's not leading anywhere. So all that you need to do, yeah, you need to come here and just tell it to do that, right? So this is the Miami cleaning. So you just come here, and then what we want to do is we want to go back here, and this cleaning button not working. So boom, it's going to fix that. So that is how you fix things. But this is going to take you only an hour to build, a fully functional website, as opposed to using the whole week to do it. So this is a no-brainer. I'm excited about this. So what do we have now? What did we do? We asked it to add another page for training videos. Yeah, so let's go and see if we can see our training videos. Let me open a new browser, and then here we have a training library, right? I can ask it to put it at the top or maybe in the bottom, whatever, right? I can ask it to add it here. There's so much you can do. So now we have a training library, which is another page that we just added. Look at this AI training library, right? Master the tools and strategies. Now we have 10 different placeholders where we can add more video trainings that we've recorded. So guys, there is no limit as to what you cannot, you can do. You don't have any excuses. You can build website. It's just using natural language or vibe coding. And what people say that, yeah, but you don't know what is going on behind the scenes and all that. This is what is going on behind the scenes. Things that you cannot see. When you click on this and you cannot see it, you just go back to the AI, you talk to it. It might be a form. You might want to build it in GoHighLevel. It might be a calendar. You might create a calendar. You want to create a calendar. If it's not available, it might be a survey. You will create that survey and just add it. Just give it to the AI. Give it to AI Studio, and AI Studio is going to build it for you. So we have been able to add a page to this. And then the last thing we are going to do over here, let me close this preview screens. I have so many, it's confusing me. So the final thing that we want to do is to show you how to connect this to um, um, a domain or a subdomain, right? So here, once everything looks good and you've made all your corrections, all that you need to do is to go to publish. And like I said, if you didn't like, let's say for instance, I don't want the training library again, I just have to come to my history, and then, I go to the previous version. So every time that you add something, it revises it and then name it, give you a name. So like you can see here, I added a training page, considering the best way, understanding, blah, so I can revert to this one if I don't want this, but I want this, I want to keep this. So I will say this is it. Now, the final thing that you want to do once everything is fine, then you want to go to publish. Now, when you want to publish, it gives you, you can publish this and use it right away, but it will be using the vibe coding link, right, from GoHighLevel service. And so if we publish this, this is going to be the site URL, and we can change it, we can rename it if we don't want, but the preview here is going to be the vibe coding. Maybe you don't want that, you want to use your own custom domain. And even with this business, we didn't add the business name or whatever because it's just a demo, right? But I can give it my business name, like www.bakescloudconsultant.com, and this will go live, and you can use this as is. Like if you copy this, you can copy this and use it right away, right? And use this right away. This is live. You can use it, but it doesn't look like, look at the URL. Okay, so this is still building. I just publish it. No, I haven't published. So publish, right? And it says, okay, it gives me a description and all that. It gives you even a social image so that when you send this or you share this on Facebook, it gives you that preview. Guys, before you had to do all this manually. Now it's doing all these things for you. So we apply the changes and then we publish, right? Now it's publishing this. And this page I was talking about, if we refresh, it's going to show us the new page which has been built. So here, and then let's go back here. Let me close this, and we will come back to refresh. Now, let's say if we want to connect a live domain, I mean a custom domain, then all that we need to do is to go back to publish again, right? We go to publish, and here it says add custom domain. So this is where I might want to add my custom domain, root domain or subdomain. And for me, let's say if I want to use one of my domains, I have Baykes Cloud Consultants .io, right? So maybe I want to use this as a subdomain. If I want to use this as a subdomain, then I have to start from here. Maybe I want to connect a new domain, then I start from here. So here is, let's say I want to create a subdomain. So I will give it a name. Let's say AI Consulting, right? A subdomain is any name that can go before your root domain, right? So AI Consulting dot Baykes Cloud Consultants .io, right? So the subdomain, you don't create it in your domain provider, but you create it here. The subdomain, I just came up with this. I just came up with it. Yours could be site, yours could be training, it could be demo, it could be whatever, demo.bakescloud. So instead of AI consulting, I can say maybe demo at Bakescloud, demo at Baykes Cloud Consultant, and then say continue. Or you can do this manually. Now here, what GoHighLevel is going to do is that it knows every domain's provider. So once I click continue, it's going to tell me, it's going to know whether it's at GoDaddy or Namecheap or Ioannos or whatever, right? So here, it's going to give me some information, and all that is going to tell me is that take this information and go to your DNS provider, your domain provider, and add this information. So all that you need to do is to copy this, and then you go into your DNS provider. So for me, it will be GoDaddy, or for you, it might be Namecheap, whatever it is. You go in there, you copy, you go to your DNS settings. I'm not going to do that in this training, but you go into your manage DNS, and then all that you are going to do is to add a new record. The new record you are going to add is a CNAME. You are going to add the host, which is a SAP domain that we just made up, demo, or it could be AI consulting. You can change it if you change your mind right now. not after you die. And then, we just copied this. So everything that we copied, we go to our DNS provider, we go and add this information there. And then once we finish adding, we come back here and then say verify DNS. Now it says it couldn't verify the DNS because I haven't done that. That is going to take us maybe another 5-10 minutes, and we don't have time for that. So that will be something that we can do in another video. But this is how you verify and connect this is how you connect a custom domain for your brand, right? So here, once again, let me just show you again. You first of all, in order to add a custom domain, you must publish the preview page first. Once you publish it, then it will allow you to add a custom domain. Otherwise, it's going to be grayed out. And you can always change the settings over here. So if I had added this, I can come here and change all this, right? The search SEO information. This is all important when you are doing SEO. And the image, I can change the image, replace the image, and then once I like everything, apply the changes, and that's it. So guys, we've been able to build two different websites, one with copying a URL to build it from, to start from 90 to 100. And then we started another one, which we just built it from the ground up from 0 to 100. And all of this took less than, 30 minutes to do it. It's in a demo, but if I was working alone on this would have been real quick without, a lot of time wasting. So as you can see, there's so much you can do. And guys, if this was valuable, please give me some tools. Let me know. Drop some questions. If you have any questions, let me know in the questions and let me know. All right. So Nananoba, you cannot access the back-end code in AI Studio vibe coding environment. It's front. Yes, yes, yeah. You cannot access the back end coding. So everything that you're doing, just like Lovable and all those things, you can just, talk to it and ask it what you want it to do. Now, if there is something or you have an extra code that you want to write to it, yeah, you can do that. But let me show you. And this is a very good question. And I love that you asked this question because if you have a custom code that you want to add, yeah, you can do that. And, when you come here, you can see all this, right? So you can see your folder structure and everything. Now, if you have a project in GitHub, right, you can copy this project, have this project in GitHub, and you can make changes in GitHub and then import it here. So even though you see things on the front end, there is still things going on in the back end. So this is how a regular website looks like. If you go to your GitHub, this is how things are. This is your source folder. This is your public folder. You have your favicon. So you can change everything manually here if you know what you're doing. If you are not a developer, don't come and mess with this part. But if you are a developer, then you can come here and add certain things. Let's say, for instance, when we were having issues with the clone website, then what you want to do is that you want to come in here, because if you're a developer and you know your stuff, then you can come in here and fix that. You can add custom codes. You can do whatever you want. So it's not written in stone. You are not limited as to what you can do. You can do things over here if you are an expert with coding. I don't mess with this at all. I don't write code. I kind of massage code. I understand code. I understand it, but I'm not a developer, so I don't write code. So I stay away from here. But if there is something that I want to do, let's say for the favicon, which is an image, if I don't like it, I can come here and change it, or I can add some color coding if the AI vibe part is not really responding or it's hallucinating. Then I can come in here and do things manually. And this is for those of you who know how to code. So Nana Anoba, thank you very much for this question, a powerful question. I didn't, when I was explaining all these icons on the dashboard, I didn't go to that. So thank you for bringing it up. I'm excited about it. And thank you very much for showing up. And also on the dashboard, you can toggle it to have the dashboard view or the mobile view, and then the tablet view. So this is the mobile view, and then you have the web view, and then you have the tablet view. So that is something that, now I'm bringing this up as well because I forgot to explain the coding part. So yeah, thank you so much. And let me see if there are any more questions. All right. Okay. Can you access the backend code if you need to? Yes, Nana. No, but yes, you can access that. That is what I just, okay. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah. So it's front end only, but you have access to the back to make changes if you really understand what you are doing. So your code, you can import this code into your GitHub and you can always use it. And that was a great question. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for bringing this up. And I think at this point, let me know in the chat if this was valuable to you. Guys, please let me know. Drop me some tools if this really made sense to you, if this was valuable to you now. Let's go on and get this wrapped up. So just to do a recap, this is what we were able to do today. We cloned an existing website using just a URL. We also built a professional website with just, natural language, plain English, no code, no designing. We connected the live booking calendar, and also we connected a lead capture form from the CRM. We also built additional 2 pages. I built only one. Uh, I added only one page, which was the video pages. We published this with the free subdomain, right? I showed you how to connect that, and you are not going to pay extra hosting if you are adding a lot of subdomains because everything is hosted behind the scenes and GoHighLevel service. And we also showed you 15 plus business tools that connect to the same website. Everything lives in one place. And I think I have another question here. It says, okay, yes, Nanano, but I think I answered that question. So when you go back to the code, right, where you have the front end stuff going on, this is where you have your code. So you can access this code over here. You can see everything that is going on. And if you want to do some, add some stuff and you want to, if you know what you are doing, here, like I can add certain things. I can add code. So here, if I want to add a code block, right? If I want to add a code block, I can just, let's say I copy this from somewhere, and then I want to add it here, I can just come here and add it. So you are not restricted. And once I finish, I can save it. And if you save it, you are going to see the changes. So yes, you are controlling, everything is done for you at the front end, but the back end, it's not locked. It's not written in stone. You can always make changes to that. So I hope that answered your question. Yes, it's optimized for automatic adjusting to different screens. So for mobile, for tablet, for desktop, it does that automatically. You don't have to worry about this. And another great thing is that you don't have to worry about the browsers. Whether Firefox or Microsoft Edge or Chrome. it knows everything. The AI puts everything, so everything adjusts automatically. It knows if an iPhone is accessing the website or an Android is accessing the website. So all this kind of stuff gives you a lot of relief as a developer. You don't have to think about writing code, using boilerplate code for all this kind of stuff, because it comes already baked in. And once you make the changes, you are satisfied with it, you save it. I'm going to discuss this one, and then that's it. So I hope this was valuable, and keep the comments, keep the questions coming. I love this. Excuse me. And yes, so if you want to try Go High Level, depending on the business that you are running, you could be saving anything from $500 to $1,000 every month, depending on the number of tools that you have. And you want to have all your tools in one place. So if you are interested, we have a 14-day trial for Go High Level. You can test drive it just for $1 for verification purposes. They want to make sure that the person signing up for the account is over 80 years old. But you don't get charged. So you only get charged after the 14 days, and they will let you know 1 week ahead of time. And sometimes, if you need more time to access the tool, you can talk to their support service, and they can help, extend it for another 2 weeks, but it's not guaranteed that it's going to happen. So make sure you talk to them before the end of the 14-day period. And if you're a business owner, you love what you saw, you have a huge appetite for websites, landing pages, you have a lot of promotions going on, you want to be spinning up landing pages, or just to have a decent website where you have control over things. You can make updates without worrying about how much the web designer is going to charge you and all those things. Then you need Go High Level. And most of these tools, just a website builder is going to cost you more than half of what we just talked about with the hosting. And with Go High Level, you have this plus other AI agents plus a suite of a lot of tools. And so I hope this was helpful. And as usual, I will be grateful if you can subscribe to this channel. We are always here every Wednesday, 11 a.m. And 3 p.m., 11 a.m. EST, 3 p.m. GMT. Today, because we are not available tomorrow, we decided to have an early week today. That's why we had the class today. But from next week, we are going to go back to our old schedule, Wednesdays 11 and 3 p.m. GMT. And next week, we're going to have a very good topic, and it's probably going to be another bomb. And like this video, please share this with a business owner who must hear this. They will thank you later. And also share this video, like it, make comments on them, because that helps us to bring out better videos and topics that you want us to demo on and all that kind of stuff. And subscribe to this channel if you are not a subscriber yet, so that you get notifications for all these good videos that we do for businesses every Wednesday. And on that note, thank you very much for your questions. Thank you for participating, and also thanks for your presence. Until we meet again next week,